All right, JJ, let's get into our predictions for Syracuse versus Duke Saturday at noon Eastern inside the JMA Wireless Dome. We're both on the same page that we think that this is going to be a shootout inside the dome. Before we give our official score predictions, though, I pretty much do this with everyone. A fill-in-the-blank game, okay? Where I'm going to say a statement, and then your job is just to simply fill in the blank and feel free to then toss it over to me, all right? So, JJ, Duke beats Syracuse if?
Yeah, I think if we'll turn it around like you had said a little bit earlier, if Duke is able to win the line of scrimmage, I feel really comfortable that Duke's going to be able to find success winning this football game defensively and offensively. If you're able to make Rickie Collins super uncomfortable, then you benefit from that in all likelihood if you're able to force the young quarterback into some questionable throws and decisions that he's able to make there. And then offensively for Duke hasn't had a whole lot of success running the football so far this season, and it's been asking a whole lot of Darian Mensah. I think he's still going to be able to deliver, Jackson. Don't get me wrong. I do think he'll be able to deliver in that department. But if Duke is able to run the football a little bit better, then I feel like we will see this Duke team in a very good spot in a position to this one. So I won't necessarily go in the fill-in-the-blank department, but what I'm sitting here thinking, to turn it back over to you, Jackson, is when we're sort of envisioning a shootout here and we're talking offense and defense, the one thing we've kind of failed to mention, which has been problematic at spurts throughout the season for Duke, is the kicking department and then special teams as well. So looking at a game like this, am I crazy to think it could be a return for either of these teams that kind of dictates the way in which this game will go? That is kind of the major boost.
That's a great point you mentioned. Syracuse's special teams is one of the more improved units in the entire country, because last year they were one of the worst special teams units in the nation. They hire a new special teams coordinator on Ricky Brumfield, and we've gone over it on Locked On Syracuse, where through 4 games, the special teams has only helped Syracuse for the most part. The onside kick recovery against Clemson was a surprise.
So yeah.
Great call, and it was perfect execution on it. Trip Woody making a 49-yard field goal. That did not happen last year. Trip Woody wasn't with the team last year, to be honest. Jack Stonehouse is one of the better punters in the entire country. I think he's going to go to the NFL. The return game for Syracuse isn't great, but I don't think you need a great return game in order to be a great team. Sure, it's nice. I mean, if you have a great return game, you get better field position, less yards your offense has to move, but still, it's okay if they don't have the best return game. So as long as Syracuse, I think, could avoid the big miscues that could happen on special teams, you're talking about roughing a kicker, running into the kicker, those that can give automatic first downs, block punts, block field goals, divvying up returns. Duke has been shaky so far on special teams. Perhaps that can work to Syracuse's advantage. And to quickly fill in the blank here, not to steal the line of scrimmage thing.
Yeah.
Syracuse wins this game if on defense they're able to take advantage of moments. I do not think that they are necessarily going to stop the Duke offense. They're just too talented. They're too good. Darian Mensah gets paid a lot of money for a reason. But if and when he throws a ball up for grabs, if you're Syracuse, you got to be there to intercept it, just like Davian Kerr did with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter against Clemson. Maybe a running back gets the ball and he's not holding it properly. That's when a guy like Antoine Delorier can come in and potentially punch it out. Or if they just fumble inexplicably on their own. The point is, take advantage of the moments, try to steal as many possessions as possible, because I think we're both on the same page. This could be a shootout inside the dome on Saturday. So with that being said, JJ, what's your prediction for this game?
Yeah, I think just to add a quick thought on the special teams department there for Duke this season, the Blue Devils do have 1 punt return touchdown in Fran Brown, but he's also muffed a couple of punts this season. Duke's given up some big returns. Duke has had 2 different players on the field wearing the number 8 jersey in their game against Illinois, which resulted in a penalty and a first down there. So lack of communication there in the special teams department. And Todd Polino not having a kick longer than 47 yards this season, some accuracy issues on his part. That concerns me a little bit. However, as I gear myself to make a prediction here, Jackson, I like Duke's offense, the way they turn things around in the second half in particular against NC State. I do feel like we're destined for another 40-point shootout here. I could see this thing going down to the wire, though, and Duke having Darian Mensah on their side, finishing with the last possession. I could see a 45-41 win in Duke's favor in this one.
I think Syracuse fans are accustomed to me picking against Syracuse by now.
And Duke fans are accustomed to me picking Duke. So, okay, we'll see how this goes then.
Yeah, so Syracuse fans, I know I'm a Syracuse host and I'm a Syracuse fan, and I so badly want to pick Syracuse to upset Duke in this game. There's a backup quarterback with Rickie Collins. I don't know what to expect from Rickie Collins in this game. I'm hopeful that he does well, but I don't know. And I think that Darian Mensah is going to have a pretty good performance. So with that being said, did I pump fake you? Did I pump fake you enough?
Yeah.
I'm picking Syracuse to win this game. Come on now. I'm picking Syracuse to win this game. I am done trying to lower the expectations of Syracuse football right now. I think they've earned it. And you know what? If they lose this game, so be it. You can blame me, Locked On Syracuse fans. It's okay. Blame me, and I'll go back to picking against Syracuse, starting with next week against SMU. But I am picking Syracuse to step up, to rise to the occasion, and beat the Duke Blue Devils. I do think it's going to be a lot of points. I'm going to go with Syracuse football. I don't think either team necessarily will touch 40, although I think it could come close. I will go with Syracuse football 38, Duke 34.
Okay, yeah, both in kind of that 4-point margin between these two teams. I did fall for the pump fake, by the way. If you're able to beat me over the top with the setup that you had there, that was very impressive. So if you are correct, I'm sure the Locked On Blue Devil fans won't be too happy, but if the trend continues here, Jackson, and we get the Duke win, every dayers on my side of things will certainly be happy.
And in regards to the pump fake, if we're talking about basketball programs for a second, don't worry. Even if I got you with a pump fake, someone there for Duke's going to block me anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Syracuse still has, I don't know if they're going to be able to beat Duke this season. Hopefully they do.